as I always said, remember, if you are corrupted, if you're doing something wrong, if you are an elected official and you do something wrong, you will have to face the Tribune. Otherwise, the Tribune will face you and compliment you. So let's, today with me, of course, my co-host and my Mr. Producer, Mr.
Good afternoon.
Clark Philly.
Yes,
Say
sir.
hi, Clark. Say
Hi, Clark. Oh.
Whatever happened? Oh, well, they too old. Remember that show? Say goodnight, somebody. I forgot.
That was Laughing, wasn't it?
Laughing, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but today is a day where everybody will be able to make plans for the weekend. I hear that it's going to rain tonight, so I guess the plans are not too good for today or tomorrow morning.
That is good. What do you mean in Vegas? Rain is great.
Are you kidding? People in Vegas don't know how to drive when they.
Well, that may be true, but the weather is great. I don't know about the driving.
Well, it's going to be 85, so it's good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I love the rain, especially in the summer. When it's 100 degrees out, otherwise it's fantastic.
Okay, Mr. Producer, what we got? Anything new regarding the...
Well, I heard an interesting comment, that all this stuff about polls and this and that, Trump's just getting pounded and pounded. You even have, who I no longer like at all, that Dana Perino is turned into a flake.
Really?
An out and out flake, okay? She's saying the polls are accurate because she made a mistake on the last cycle where she was saying the polls were inaccurate and they proved to be accurate. So now she's saying the polls are accurate, Trump's lost, he's no good, he's this and he's that. He's turned into a junior Megyn Kelly. I can't stand it.
What do you mean a junior Megyn
Whatever,
Kelly?
maybe a senior.
Okay, she's
senior
older than
Megyn
Megyn Kelly.
All right, whatever. But I mean, I think it just shows to me the weakness and the stupid-mindedness of these supposed Republicans. What is wrong with these people? They're out of order. And here's the point. Trump was a TV star. He was a, what do they call it? What TV? No, but what is it called? Something TV? Reality TV. He's a reality TV star. Now, you look at TV today, even the Discovery Channel, which used to be you could discover something on it. That's what it was called, Discovery Channel. Now it's things like Chop Shop this and cribs from the gangs, and I mean, what the hell is this? Everything on TV is like a reality show. They have housewives now from every city, and half of them aren't even married. Everything is crazy. It's all TV reality shows. Here comes Trump, and it relates to that because he's a TV reality personality. So people aren't being polled that are TV reality people watching these shows. They're going to vote for Trump. The polls aren't picking that up at all, in any way whatsoever. When it comes time to pull that lever, half of the people pulling the lever are going to be reality TV fans. And they're going to pull it for Trump. And they don't know about that. They have no way of registering that. Because this has never happened before. Dana, why don't you wake up, you bitch? She just bugs me. You hear her on some of these issues, and she's so weak. She's just like trying to be so nice, God, she bugs me lately.
Well, she's a very intelligent woman.
Well, not anymore.
My friend is friends with her.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
And I think she used to have a pretty responsible job. I forgot if it was with George Bush or George W. Bush.
Oh, Perino?
Yeah.
She was W's press secretary.
Oh, I knew it was something like that. And
Another wimp from the Bush family. What does that tell you?
what Bush was that? The old guy or the middle guy?
The first Bush's son, Don W. The one with 911. He was in charge at their school. Remember when the planes ran into the building?
Huh. Okay.
George W. They call him W. Bush. That's why the despicable Clintons removed all the W's from the keyboards at the White House. When they left the White House with all the silver and China and all that stuff because they were broke, they took all the W's from all the keyboards in the White House.
Why?
Because they're white trash, that's why.
Oh, why?
Because of George W. Bush. It was their partisan despicability coming out, I guess.
Oh.
They were sending some kind of message.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, and now we figured it out, then Trump is getting better in the polls. But you know, I don't know if it was last week or it's coming out this week. Somebody wrote an article in the Tribune saying then polls are not that important. Polls are fakes, and this is what people have to understand. You cannot believe those polls. You know, I don't know how it is, but all the years that I've been involved in politics and all the years that I never been polled. I never have a phone call asking me these questions. Well, who are you going to vote for? Why are you voting for this? What is this? What is that? I never had. I don't know who they call. You know, I assume that if it's a Democrat poll, people call the Democrat Party, right? So all the questions are made out to please the Democrats, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They're completely distorted by the media, who are the ones that are reporting them.
That's why I do not believe in polls or endorsements.
Look at this stuff, like the general election, Quinnipiac, Clinton +7, Rasmussen, Clinton +4, Reuters, Clinton +3, general election, Clinton +7, +7. I mean, who believes that? Do you believe that for a second? That this monstrous criminal, the worst candidate ever, run for president with the most baggage ever, run for president, and the baggage that she has, the problems that she has are real. They're true. The problems that everyone's saying Trump has are made up. They're not true. He's a racist. Do you think Donald Trump's a racist? In reality, who's ever called him a racist before now? Don't you think with his celebrity that if he was a racist it would have come out? Was he a racist when he got rid of Amargosa or whatever her name was? On the reality TV show The Apprentice? He fired her. Was he a racist?
Who is that?
Amargosa.
What is that?
She was a bitch. Oh, she was terrible. She was so conniving and everything. She got canned.
Did you watch the show?
Well, a little bit of it back then when it first came out. Anyway, she was canned, okay? Was he a racist? I don't hear a word of it. And guess who is supporting Trump and working for him in the campaign now? Amargosa.
Who is Amargosa? Is it female?
Black female.
Black female.
And now she's working hot and heavy for for Trump. Where does this racist come from? It comes from the lips of a known liar, Hillary Clinton. What is so hard about this for people to figure out? If you have the tiniest bit of gray matter left at all between your ears, you have to be able to figure this out. You would think, God, it's just so frustrating. There's never been a campaign with so many lies floating around. And the reason there's so many is Clinton's a liar, so that goes without saying. And now the media, with nothing else that they can possibly do, they have to call Trump a liar. Trump's not a liar. Why is his disapproval rating so high? Who disapproves of Trump?
Nobody.
Why is it so high? There's never been two candidates so
I
disliked.
say that
Who dislikes
immediately.
them?
The mainstream media. The mainstream media. Blame the media for anything that goes wrong and half of what's going good. You know, it's simple as that.
Well, it's unbelievable. They lie about the lies, that's Clinton. And then you got Trump who doesn't lie, and he's being accused of lying every single day about, but no one can say about what.
Well, Trump doesn't lie that we know of. You know,
Well, that's fine,
you know, it's
but we
not-
know about Hillary's.
Oh, definitely we do about Hillary. Definitely we do. You know, and I think it's. I tell you what, I think it's disgusting that these people are wasting so much airtime, so much ink attacking each other. I think they
Well-
they both look ridiculous. They
Well,
both
but
look
what does Clinton
childish.
have?
They both look childish.
What can Clinton do? She can't do anything but lie.
Well, so what about Trump? Why did he follow the game?
Well, let me ask you something. If someone's telling lies about you left and right, are you not going to at least attack the lie? You're just going to let them go? And then half the people are going to believe the lies. That's just the way it is.
So them address the lie. Don't start talking in general. Well, you know, she lies. She lies. No.
But he
she,
points to the lies.
Let me tell you, like what's her name did, Cortez Masto. Okay, she said that commercial that Dr. Joe Heck is running is not true. It's a lie. And then she go pa 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 and put him in his place.
Well, I'd like
What
to see
happened?
that.
They took the commercial off because that's the way you handle the things. You don't go off and do something else and accuse her of something else. I don't know what the meaning of the word is, but yesterday he called her a name, and all he gotta do is say,
Bigot.
Bigot. Okay, bigot is when you are lying, right?
No, a bigot's when you're a racist, I guess.
And when you pretend not to be something when you are, right?
That's a hypocrite.
That's a liar too. So, but anyway, well,
I think
all
a
he
bigot
gotta
is you're
do,
bigoted against
I
things.
think what he need to do, she is a bigot because this and they put him in her. But he do that 3 times, believe me, she gonna stop playing the game by the rules.
I don't agree. I don't think she can play by the rules because she has nothing. She doesn't have a record, or her record's despicable. What does she have that she can tout? Nothing.
Then she will doing that.
Why?
will
She
stop.
don't have anything. How's she gonna stop? That's all she can do is attack. That's all she can do. And that's what all the liberal Democrats do. When they lose the argument, what's the thing they go to? Their final gun, their big gun. And Hillary Clinton is calling Trump a racist already. That means she knows she's lost already.
He should not let her bring him down to her level.
Well, I think he explained that to them.
Is running against a very dangerous human. Well, I don't know if I can call
Anybody
her a
that
human
uses-
normal. And don't put yourself in the same as she is, because it's Mr. Trump. You're gonna go back to your hotel, to your helicopter, to your plane. You're gonna go back to all your properties, and you're gonna keep your life like they can save this country today. I think it's very important that we do. They realize that the human race has is you. That's all it is. That's all I can say. I read against John McCain, against a pretty bad bill, and I believe that it have to be put up to test. You know, you did a couple days, you think presidential, you know, don't pay attention to anybody else. Don't pay attention to all those critics, all those slanders, people that trying to slang your reputation and everything else. Forget about them. Don't ignore it. Don't listen to them. Put an earplug in your ear. You're gonna do much better. Listen to this poor little Cuban refugee over here that doesn't know anything about nothing. It need to be put to exercise your brains. How soon you
Controlled a lot. Is the doing the first debate? Who are the moderators? I mean, he's going to be faced.
how many debates are gonna be?
Three.
Oh,
3 debates. And I don't know about vice presidential and all that, at least one, probably not more than that. But the moderators, I think Trump has already been through those. He's had more debates. Hillary basically hasn't had any debate because she's had the Bernie Sanders nodding his head debate. They were all jokes. And she hasn't been tested on the debates really. But Donald Trump's been tested by 16.
Yeah.
He had Megyn Kelly attacking him from the very first one, calling Rosie O'Donnell a pig. You know, and he handled her. He's going to ask these questions. I know these are going to be fair debates. Because if it was enough seats, whatever, they come in, let them ask the questions. You know, get these moderate agenda. Just let a non-agenda each after 3 or 4 questions on a stretcher. She can't answer anything unless it's a softball question. Calmly comments. She got killed on that thing. She got killed. She has no answers. Because the answers are, what was her answer about the mother, Smith, and the one suing now through Larry Klayman?
Oh, how can they say that he broke the promise? The guy never do that. He's not going to do it. No. I don't know who he's into, but I can believe Barack Obama tried kill in ISIS last year. Contribution to a foundation that he made the promise on March 13, 2015 to contribute to that.
How does anyone know that he hasn't? Maybe he gave it into the function in another name or another way or another company or another this. How do you know? How do you know what the financials are of the Clinton Crime Foundation?
Need to put money accounts.
These people are saying that some foundation that no one ever cleaned. How do they know that? They're not
because
the foundation.
They are.
About it. But I'm telling you this, I do know this. If it's in the media, you can believe the opposite.
Yeah, exactly what I said.
Right. So that's what I do know.
That's exactly what I said, my friend.
That's what I do know.
Yeah. So let's
How about that thing where the hate on his own? He went on and did his own debate, and the ratings were fantastic, and he raised $6 million a night for the vets.
oh,
And the Democrats were saying that was all a lie. They didn't get any money. Well, he proved it. I mean, they might not have got it that night because it didn't come in that night.
that's true.
It takes a while. And then the people sending the money have to be vetted. You know, stream vetted to make sure that they're not Muslims and stuff like that, supporting, buying our soldiers. You have to vet that money. Of course, the Democrats don't know the word. They don't know what vet means. They think these immigrants coming in. They're not soldiers. How do we vet them?
Need to,
You need to do away with both parties, because that's the problem. Is the problem.
all I know is that we need to realize that this is the year of
The
destruction.
adios, yep.
That's all it is. And if you don't realize that, my friend, you can be a problem for this country. Because this is the year where we are going to determine who is right and who is wrong.
We're gonna be lucky to be able to get through this disaster we're in just with the months that Obama has left. That's a very risky situation, just with Obama. Now we're gonna extend that by 4 years? Are you kidding me? We'll be lucky to get to January. The destruction that this country's gone through because of a Democrat, liberal, progressive agenda. And we got people considering just continuing that? Where's the results? Why can't people look at the results? Everything that should be up is down, everything that's down should be up. Everything is backwards because of the non-leadership that we've had with this administration. He's done nothing right. Nothing has been done right. Everything has been done 100% wrong. Now we have this NAFTA thing that's been decimated to our jobs, our economy, and everything else, and now Obama wants to put a new trade thing in there. He's promoting this TP, whatever the hell it is. These people don't just get it. They're out to destroy the American way of life.
Well,
That's the George Soros agenda.
you know, I met this young lady today after I was coming out of a meeting early in the morning, and she was sitting over there. She asked me if I was Spanish, and I said yes, I am. And so we start talking, and she owned a liquor store on Lake Mead and Pecos, and she's looking for a cashier.
When do you start?
I can't do that because I don't know how to count in English.
Oh,
That's my problem.
all right, so she's looking for a cashier,
Yeah.
and Obama's lowered the unemployment rates to such an extent she can't find any help.
Well, that's because there's nobody looking for a job.
Because they're all on the couch getting welfare.
They all watching opera. Oh, opera doesn't exist anymore.
Well, her network does or something.
Oh, really?
I think
She
so.
got
Doesn't
it.
she control who goes on that? Like Dr. Phil and people like that, aren't they all her little proteges?
Huh. And anyway, her name is
Harpo.
Veronica. She owned a liquor store on Lake Mead and Pecos. And so if you want to, I just wanted to say hi to Veronica. She is a nice lady, and I don't know if she was in the meeting that I was in, or she was outside waiting to go into the next meeting, because when I just called her a little while ago when I got to the office, she said, you need to call me back because I'm in a meeting. So it could be then she was in a meeting after I did my meeting.
What meeting were you in? What was the subject?
Politics, and we was talking about what happened yesterday with this
Stadium?
stadium thing. I don't know if we really need a stadium. I don't know if we don't need to pay for the stadium. Why don't they put the money themselves? All these casinos, they are.
The word now is that
Huh?
people promoting the stadium are not going to build it unless 750 million come from the taxpayers. They're not going to do it. And now the stadium cost is projected to be 1.9 billion.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did we go that high so fast? I know how, but it was less than $1
I
billion
don't
to
know.
start, wasn't
I
it?
agree with Mayor Goodman. It's no need to put the people of that county into that predicament because
Well, it should
I
be
don't think it's gonna work.
It should be a money-making proposition for the investors, the people that put up the money to build the stadium. It should be a money-making viable proposition for their standpoint, or it shouldn't fly. That's all.
That's all.
Why should the taxpayers be on the hook?
And I tell you the truth, if I have such a great idea, if this thing is gonna make so much money, why do I need a partner for?
That's my point. And how would the taxpayers ever get a return on their investment? Because they don't get that money. It goes to the government, and that just gives the government more money to spend. So spending goes up, taxes go up, so what kind of a return do the taxpayers get for any investment in anything? What kind of a return do they get on this monorail thing that they ended up getting stuck with? You know, all this stuff is just smoke and mirrors by politicians to get into your pocket. And, you know, in this town, of any town in the country, if a town like Las Vegas, with the tourists, about 45 million tourists come here a year, with the kind of revenue that this town makes, with double-digit increases in sales tax revenue, and the gambling revenue, and everything else, if this town cannot build their own stadium on a viable footing with the amount of people that come here, and the budgets that they have, why in the hell would we have taxpayers build a stadium here? I mean, places like LA and other places around the country where all the football teams are from, how can they build a stadium and we can't? We have way more going for us than they do.
Honestly, I don't think people come to Las Vegas to sit in a stadium seeing people throwing balls. I don't. I don't think people come to Las Vegas.
Well, they sure do go to other football stadiums to do something. I don't know. Maybe it's just Vegas, but you look at
Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe
mean,
because I don't do sports. I found ridiculous to put that much money to build stadium and taking a chance. How much can you charge by the entrance? Please don't talk to me about publicity like they do yesterday. The publicity will be fantastic.
Well, they're saying numbers I saw the other day over this deal, with the average ticket, I guess up in the bleachers, it was like $50 or something. But even that, you know, a family of 4 or whatever, you know, $200, and you can watch it in your living room on TV. If it's not blacked out. That's the other question I have. A lot of towns, they black out games that are local games because the stadium's not sold out. So that'll be the next war. Now the taxpayers put up $750 million and the taxpayers can't watch the game on TV? That's gonna be a war. You know? So now the taxpayers that built the stadium can't see the game on their TV. They gotta spend more money.
It's not gonna be a war, because let me tell you why it's not gonna be a war. Because these politicians that are pushing for this stadium, they're gonna say, oh, these people always criticize. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, they always gonna criticize something or somebody. That's why. And then they're gonna blame the people who are against the stadium.
Why isn't that gonna be a war?
Why it's gonna be a war?
Why isn't it?
Well, I agree. I don't think I don't think we need the stadium. I agree with Mayor Goodman. I have a little talk with her, and I tell you, I believe
It would be nice to have if the taxpayers didn't have to pay for it. How about that? It'd be nice to have. But on the other hand,
if it's such a fantastic idea, if it's such a
Then have it.
fantastic publicity for Las Vegas, well, Sands Hotel, welcome the Raiders, Las Vegas Raiders, and you are gonna go everywhere, internationally, not national.
Well, we're probably pretty well known as it is. I don't know
course.
if we need any more supplemental who we are.
I know, but that's what they
Much
were
help.
talking about yesterday
Well,
in
yeah,
that meeting.
sure.
They were saying how much benefit, how much publicity we're gonna get.
Yeah,
How much more publicity can we use?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think between Anderson, Jim Murray, and what's the other big one?
Well, you got Wynn, don't forget him. Who's Caesar's Palace now? Who's they owned by? How many big entities do we have in this town now?
Well,
We're
I
down to
guess
about
Wayne,
4?
I guess Wayne is involved now because Kim Sinatra, a high up executive with Wayne, she was there sitting in the table with all the big wheels.
Well,
So
I would think if you have a hotel and you got 3,000 or better rooms, I think you would be interested in what's going on with a stadium. Just out of the fact that that's a pretty big deal. But the taxpayers shouldn't be involved in it. That's a straw dog in my opinion. Everything always goes to the taxpayers because the investors want a free ride. Well,
and then if the taxpayers get involved, don't you dare go over there and tell these people over there, let me see the books. That will be, they will call you all names. How dare you gonna ask me to see the book?
well, as a
Who do you-
taxpayer, shouldn't we be able to go see the books on these airport deals where they got this leased land
Yeah,
and all those deals? And what's the, how come we're not getting any of the 50% of the money that's generated from those leases? How come we're not getting that? Because
That's
there's
a
no,
point.
yeah, there's no,
that's a
no
point.
profit. We wanna see the books.
That's a point. I'm surprised that Ed Julian didn't think about it.
Well,
Because,
isn't there some procedure set up to demand that the taxpayers have the right to an audit? Who handles that? Is that commissioners? Who would dictate that we have an audit that needs to go on in so-and-so? So it's the airport authority, we wanna audit the books of these leases. If that means we have to audit Walter's books on the Valley High Golf Course, we wanna audit those books. He's a leaseholder of that, we're the taxpayers that gave him the lease, we have a right to look at his books. If you're a landlord and you're on a share revenue basis, like a lot of these every hotel has like all the stores and all that on a rent basis to where they share in the gross revenue of those stores. 5, 6, 7% is the normal of what the hotels get. So if your cash register shows that you made X amount of dollars on receipts, the hotel's supposed to get 7%, let's say. The hotel, as the leaseholder, has the right to audit those books and make sure that gross receipts are getting their share.
I always believe that whoever got the higher card is gonna have the control. I tried to get a full wall of a lounge in one of the hotels. Why I didn't do it? Very simple. I was supposed to pay for the employee, waiters, cocktail waitress, bartender,
All hired through the hotel,
hired through the hotel.
so you have no control over that.
I got no control
And
of
it's
that.
union people,
Union people,
Right.
so they have to
so you lose that one.
they have to pay exactly what the union said, okay? If they have a comp, a high roller,
Yeah.
you have to honor that comp, and then the hotel will pay you at the end of the month.
But what do they pay you?
They pay whatever the comp is,
You sure? Okay.
whatever the comp is. But
That-
now, the question is this. We have to wait, we didn't do it, but we have to wait 60 days to see the tapes, to see and to get our money. They're gonna take the money for the culinary union employees, they're gonna take the money for I forgot now what else. I'm talking about 30 years ago, you know.
All right, so you got a cash register in your deal. All the money goes through you, right? And then how do the employees get paid?
Oh, the hotel pay.
Okay, so how do they get the money from you?
They take the money from me.
Well, but how do they give you how do they show to you that here's their payroll?
Credit, and you put them on the, I don't know, I never did the deal, but I never did it because it was stupid. And then you get, the situation, it was this, you gotta wait 60 days, I believe it was 60 days, to see what the money, but in the meantime, you have to have money to operate.
Right?
And, you know, you cannot, you always lose because the hotel has the open card, you know.
Well, as a taxpayer with an airport authority, and you're supposed to be getting half the revenue from a Bilty Walters deal, let's say, how do you know what's going on? Don't you have a right to audit that and see where the money's going? If you're a movie star and you have one of these contracts where you're supposed to get a percentage of the film
Now
profit,
it's coming to my mind now, a little bit, not completely, but I also have to pay for the entertainers. It's my show, I'm the producer, I'm the director, I'm everything. I gotta be responsible for those salaries.
yeah.
I don't remember if that go through, I don't think we had a musician union or anything like that, but we have to go, you know, you need at least $500,000 to four-wall a lounge in a high-class hotel, in a first-class hotel, five-star hotel, whatever you call that.
Let's say you have a good product, Walmart likes your product and they want to sell it in all your stores. Do you know how much money you need to have to be able to play with Walmart? You need to send them your product up front.
Yeah.
And then talk about 60 days, I think it's more like 120 till you get your money. So you're always way, way behind.
Yeah, the hotels work on it. I think it's a 90 days or 60 days.
Well,
I don't remember how. Like I said, I haven't do any
Right.
deals with hotels in a very long time, you know. But I believe that it is. I think it's probably, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe it was 120 days.
you know, it's whatever.
Yeah, dealing with hotel, they do you a favor by dealing with you. You
Well,
know,
it's a built-in market. Let's say you're a restaurant, like I know Hamada very well, Japanese restaurant.
Uh-huh.
He started getting in the various hotels. MGM was one of his first, O'Shea's,
Uh-huh.
whatever. Made him a very, very wealthy man because, like, you go into MGM, they only have so many restaurants in there, and they have thousands of people staying there. They don't have enough restaurants. So if you get a lease in there for a restaurant, and there's comp guests going into your restaurant, you're getting the money from that eventually. Now, it's a gold mine. It's an absolute friggin' gold mine.
but you
pay-
need to have the
you need
money
to have money to play with it.
to
But
play
you
with
make a friggin' fortune because,
Well, it
and
could
you
have
get
been
to charge whatever.
It could have been the same thing to me with that four-wall,
Right.
a lounge show, a
Right.
lounge place in a hotel. You know, when you do that, you need to have like I said.
Well, we were talking about the accounting. The point is, who does the accounting?
Oh, the hotel, of course.
Well, then that's the problem.
That's the problem.
It's like the accounting on the airport deal. Where is the accounting? How do we know when Billy Walters says it costs X amount of dollars and I don't make any profit on the Valley High Golf Course?
And I tell you one thing, I think right now will be the perfect thing to do that, because they will not expect that to happen.
Oh, an audit?
Yeah, they don't expect that to happen. Ah, what do you mean an audit?
Yeah, let's see. Now, that's a good point, because if they're gonna go down to the Valley High, that's where it comes to, we should trigger an audit before that deal goes through, to see how's the last deal gone through in the Valley High, and how is Billy Walters gonna get $150 million in this Valley High deal? Well, why? How much did he
Well,
make?
because he's selling the lease.
Well, how much did the taxpayer make on the last lease?
Nothing.
Then how are we gonna make any money on this lease? We wanna audit the last deal, find out where the money went, right?
That's the point.
Before we
And that
approve
is
the next
exactly
deal.
the point. That is exactly the point.
So that
why
should be
will
Ed
Billy
Ewing's story.
Walter? Why will Billy Walter? He's a very wise businessman. I know him personal, and he is a genius. You cannot deny that. Why would he pay $150 million for a property that he already have? No, he's selling it. He's selling it for $150 million.
But he hasn't made any money.
And why the people are gonna give him $150 million if he doesn't?
His deal on that lease, the way I understand it, is the taxpayers, the airport authority, he was supposed to get his money back, even for the investment and everything on building the golf course. He had to get his money back, and a profit had to come in, let's say on a monthly basis or whatever, before the airport authority got one dime. Supposedly, there's been no profit. And maybe he hasn't got his money back yet.
In what, 10 years?
Whatever it's been. Yeah, that golf course has been there for a good 10 years, I bet. But anyways, there's been no money made that I know of. I think it's published there's been no money made. So now he's gonna turn around and make $150 million, of which the taxpayer's not gonna get any money. So why would we sign up for the next deal on the Valley High Golf Course?
Of course, he is the second online to be, there's another location on Russell and Durango, I think.
I understand that.
It's another
Right, but if
one.
it comes
But
down
it's
to the
gonna
Valley
be,
High.
it's gonna be the Valley High.
If it comes down to that, we need to trigger an audit to see how the last deal worked out. And why does Billy Walters get $150 million in profit and we don't get anything? Or is he gonna show that he's down $150 million? When he gets that money, he's now just broke even on the deal. That's why he's getting $150 million. That just gets him, so he gives the land away. Nice try, didn't make any money. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But then he's in on the lease for the football stadium, right? 'Cause that'll be leased land. Who's
Yeah,
leasing
but
it?
he's gonna sell the lease.
Oh, to who, himself?
Probably.
Why? He doesn't make any money. That guy loses his ass. On every deal, he loses
Maybe
his
it would
ass.
be under a different name, but it would be.
The lease deal the auction that he just bought this land, the paper says he overbid $300-something thousand. How's he gonna get that money back? He loses on every deal he does, he loses. According to him.
Well, but my point is, or my question now is this. Out of all, how much is the population in Clark County? 2 million?
It's over, yeah. Probably pushing it. I don't know if it's 2, but it's between 1 and 2. It's
No, it's more.
definitely
It's more.
over a million.
Yeah, it's
I
more.
don't think
than
it's
that.
2 yet.
2.2.
Is it? Wow,
I
okay.
think it's 2.2.
There's 180 when I came.
Yeah, because I remember I wrote an article about
Okay.
Las Vegas Review Journal, who was bragging. Then they print 190,000 papers daily, and I wrote an article about it. I said, what's the big deal? 190,000 is less than 10% of the population.
Well, not really, because those papers, maybe 10 people read the paper, the one paper.
Yeah, but some of those papers go out of town. They go to Mesquite, they go to.
We have to do an audit.
We cannot do an audit because it is a private enterprise, but I believe that a newspaper has to be.
Well, they publish
a
the
little
figure,
Yeah,
so we want to audit the figure, because see if they're lying to the people or
look,
not.
they send papers to Los Angeles, they pay papers to Becker, it's Perron, they send papers to
Yeah, I understand.
all this area over here. They send papers to Mesquite, St. George, Carson City, Lake Tahoe.
I think when a private company publishes a figure to the people, right, that we have to audit the figure to see if it's truthful.
Or at least if you don't have you don't
A
need,
fact checker.
if you don't need to confirm, at least what you can do is answer the questions.
How do you know they're answering truthfully, though? We need an audit. I think that should be the theme of our show. We need an audit, and I think that should be Ed Hewling's next article. We need an audit.
Yeah.
Find out where this money's going to.
Okay.
Because he wrote that article last week, and it was a good article.
Yeah.
Raised some issues, but there's no answers.
I don't, that's one thing that I would like to talk to you off the air. That article didn't come through me. I don't know how that article got published without going through me yet first. I don't know, because my last editorial meeting, I was told that it's not going to be an article about this stadium. And then I'm reading my own paper and I see an article by Ed Hewling. I gotta ask somebody about that.
I don't know.
Anyway, it is, we passed 5 minutes the time of this wonderful, beautiful.
We need to audit the time.
Yeah, we need
an audit.
time. I would like to see Steve Sisolak and Mayor Goodman asking those people for an audit.
Yeah.
They would be fired.
We deserve it. We're entitled to it.
Yes, we are. We are, but that's not in their mind. They are politicians. We elected them, and now they tell us what to do. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you for listening. My name is Rolando Larraz, and you have a nice day. God bless you. God bless America. God bless our troops.